and welcome back to Save Ourselves, or if you're new here then hi. I am Aparna, and as the video title suggests, today we are going to be talking about why you don't need to turn everything into goals. Now, if you're watching this in January, there's a high probability that your feed on any social media app and even on YouTube is filled with a lot of New Year content like goals for 2023 or Notion templates for goal setting and things like that. And believe me, I have watched a lot of this content. I still do watch a lot of this content, and I really believe in the power of goal setting. But I think that sometimes we tend to go a little overboard with it. So, if you're looking for a new strategy or just a new way of looking at your goals, then you've come to the right place. So, without further ado, let's look at why we don't need to turn everything into goals. And as we keep on discussing, I'm going to be referring to my points that I've jotted down in this notebook from time to time. So the first thing is that when it comes to a new year, everyone is filled with this big motivation to change their lives and plan out their whole year upfront. But the thing is that sometimes we can go all in without thinking of how we are actually going to follow through, or does it even need to be set into a goal or not. And this is where the new strategy comes in. So along with setting your goals in 2023, I also want you to set a few boundaries. So what we're going to do is that we're going to take all the aspects in our life and then sort them out into three categories, which are hobbies, pursuits, and goals. Now let's quickly take a look at what all of these mean. So I think goals are something that we usually set up for our career or related things. For example, getting a new job or your education, your side hustles, your business or upskilling, and all of these things that fall into the broader bubble of career. I think their goals play a much better role and can be much more efficiently achieved. And that is because there are a few measurable aspects in terms of career. So for example, if you want to get promoted, then getting promoted could be a goal because it can be measured off and achieved. Or if you want to get your degree, then finishing that a little bit each year and then finally getting your degree is an achievable goal in that aspect. So I think goals in terms of career and related things are just more measurable and hence more achievable. Now, the other side of the spectrum is hobbies. Hobbies are something that you do purely for the sake of doing them and because they give you pleasure and make you feel a lot better. They make you feel like you're living your life. In my life, these things are reading, listening to music, playing my piano sometimes, and stuff like that. And hobbies can keep on changing throughout the course of your life, and you can have as little or as many hobbies as you possibly can have. So hobbies can be categorized as something that you do for leisure. And lastly, there are pursuits. So pursuits lie in the slightly gray area between hobbies and goals. And the trick here is to identify what goes into each category. And the main takeaway of this video is that not everything that you want to do needs to be put into the goal category. Some of these things, or in fact most of these things, can be put into the hobbies or the pursuit category and be left at that. You don't need to make 100 goals every year because in the end that might make your life feel very regimental and structured, which may not necessarily be the best case scenario. We also need to have this other half of hobbies and activities that we just do for the sake of doing them that balances out these structured and regimental goals. And that is the one point I would like you to take away from this video. Now, how do we categorize all the activities in our life into these three categories? So like I said, in the goals category, you can put a lot of career related things. Something that you climb the ladder for and you keep on attaining, achieving, or getting closer towards, that you keep working for, that can be in your goals category. And this can include your education, career, business, side hustles, and other things like I said. In the pursuits category, you can put a few tasks that you are actively pursuing at the moment. For example, a few years back, I picked up the piano. I went to classes. I wanted to learn how to read music. I wanted to understand the theory, and I wanted to know all the basics that are to become a piano player. And I learned all of that, and that was a pursuit. So that time I was actively trying to pursue it. However, in the end, the reason I picked up the piano was because I liked playing it and because I like music, and it was more of a leisure activity. So when a few years later I didn't have a lot of time on my hands, playing the piano did not come at the top of my priority list, and then it's changed categories and it went into the hobby category. So now I don't have to worry about actively pursuing it because I have got down the basics in place, and I just can play it whenever I want, when I feel like it. And that's the ultimate thing, you know, I want to play it when I want to play it and because I like to play it. Now lastly, the hobbies category. So here can go all of the things that make you feel good and that you want to do for leisure. So far, I hope this wasn't very confusing because I feel like I rambled on too much. Anyway, let me summarize this video very quickly. What we've learned so far is that we don't need to turn everything into goals, and that life is meant to be lived. You can simply take all of the aspects in your life and just see which of them need to be turned into goals and which of them can simply be set aside for leisure, and that's it. I hope that you found this video to be helpful and informative. If you did, you can let me know by commenting down or giving this video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to this channel if you found any good takeaways from this video. Next week, I'm coming up with a video where I've explained my two-pronged goal setting system based on the concepts that we just saw today. So make sure to stay tuned for next week's video, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.